Hey everybody, we are live. We are here. It's Tuesday, and if it's Tuesday at 11:30, you know why we're here. It's for the Loki watch party and after show. We have I have Jeffrey waiting in the queue right now. So when I'm going to pass it over to Malik, let him introduce yourself, and I'll bring Jeffrey on board.
Hello, everyone. I'm Malik Patterson, sports editor and reporter here at MUSE. Really excited about this finale. I missed the last one. I was out of town on vacation, but I did get a chance to watch it. Great episode. I think this is rounding off to be a really good show. I like it. What about you?
Once again, the man who needs no introduction.
But he'll
the
do
man
it anyway.
who is burdened by glorious purpose. It is me. It is me. It is the J to the E to the double F. Woo! I'm Jeffrey Harris. The honor and pleasure is all yours. Thank you for having me. I'm sorry about the video. I'm having some video and lighting issues right now.
Oh, no problem.
But I'm here, and everyone can relax.
We know.
So now we can really get this show started. Malik, even though you weren't here last week, your presence was greatly missed.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
So what did you think of, we got The Void, we got Classic Loki, we got all these, we got Alligator Loki, we got Alioth, the kind of storm monster. What did you think of all that?
Alioth, I see a bunch of people saying Alioth, inside of Alioth is Kang, and if it's not Kang, then it's going to be kind of like a WandaVision of the boner joke. So I seen and got a lot of that. Even though I don't expect us to get Kang this soon, I know the show would really, like, if we got Kang, it would make it one of the best, but I don't think we're going to get that. As far as the other Lokis, I thought it was pretty cool to see the Lokis at their finest, to where they're all turning on each other and trying to kill each other because everybody wants to be king, even in a void realm where there's nothing. Like, you're in the end of time, you're like in the end beginning, you're just in a void, and they still are trying to be king of a void.
But, including President, and that's how we finally saw President Loki trying to.
One thing I did like, though, I do like the fact that each Loki, of course, is not only different, but each variant in and of itself has a special power that's different than the rest of the Lokis.
Right. Because, like, with Sylvie, her power is enchantment. With Classic Loki, it was the illusions and the conjuring. And I guess with Boastful Loki, he had the hammer. I don't know if that was Mjolnir or a different hammer, but yeah. Did you see Frog Thor?
I did for a split second. I couldn't really make out who it was, but I did see it.
Now, I have gone on record as saying I don't think that's Kang in the big giant mansion. Just because if it was Kang, I don't think Kang would be staying in like a giant gothic like mansion like that. I think he'd have like a really like elaborate like futuristic castle or a starship or something that could like travel through time.
Yeah, I think Kang is going to let you know that it's Kang, and hiding in a void in a big mysterious cloud. Like, what's the play on hiding in a cloud when nobody? I mean, as far as the movies go, nobody really knows who you are. So why are you coming in as an introduction in a cloud?
Yeah, I just don't think they're going to introduce him that way.
Hey, Snoop could hide in a cloud very easily, man. So.
Who's Snoop? Snoop who?
Snoop Dogg. He could hide in a cloud.
Oh, now I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, him and Cheech and Chong hide in a cloud.
Of course, that's where Mike is thinking. So, Emmy nominations today.
Yeah.
So WandaVision got quite a few.
Hell yeah, I was shocked that WandaVision got quite a few. And while that has, we have Cynthia is in the room now. Hey, Cynthia.
Hi.
But yeah, I'm actually
Hi,
kind of shocked. Hey, everybody. I'm actually kind of shocked that WandaVision got so many Emmy nominations.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. So we have.
List them down. I'm sure you have it right now.
I do. Outstanding Limited Series. Outstanding Lead Actor Paul Bettany. Outstanding Lead Actress Elizabeth Olsen. Outstanding Supporting Actress Catherine Hahn. So those are all well deserved in my mind. Now, Don Cheadle got Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Don Cheadle, who was in Falcon and the Winter Soldier for all of 98 seconds, gets nominated for Outstanding Guest Actor in a Drama Series. What the hell is going on here, guys?
Because he is a Mac. It's
I love Don Cheadle. I love Don Cheadle.
He just drops it and just goes, bam, I did it. I'll see you
Do
later.
you guys know Vincent D'Onofrio? What did you guys think of Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin Wilson Fisk in Daredevil?
I'll let other people take it.
Malik?
Start off with that. Malik, Cynthia, wants to take that.
I'm trying to remember. Hold on.
What did you think of Vincent D'Onofrio as the Kingpin in Daredevil?
Okay, Daredevil the show.
Yes.
I didn't watch all of Daredevil the show. I only seen like the first episode.
Have you seen Luke Cage?
Yeah, I did see Luke Cage.
Mahershala Ali is Cottonmouth. Come on.
Yeah, I got that part.
You know how many nominations those shows got? 0. 0. And they're giving Don Cheadle a nomination for a 1-minute scene in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. What the hell is going on? This is ridiculous. Mike, come on here.
I'm telling you, like D'Onofrio should have gotten an award because he was really good. I saw Daredevil and I thought he was really good. And yeah, it's Don Cheadle. What can you do?
Cynthia,
we're gonna give it to somebody.
Am I going crazy here? Like what? Am I wrong?
Going crazy before this.
Let Cynthia talk. Let Cynthia talk.
Yeah, I think it's a weird Emmy Awards because it's like in the pandemic only we watch it MCU and we excited about that. I don't know. It's a weird nominations. Was like, oh my god, all of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mandalorian got some Emmy nods too, but I didn't see Sasha Banks getting one for
Daredevil. Never got anything. Jessica Jones. Luke Cage.
Nothing.
Nothing.
And it was an amazing series. Daredevil. It was amazing. Yeah.
Cynthia is spitting truth.
Oh my god. But WandaVision is like WandaVision.
Well, they also got canceled too. So
I mean, look,
man, and they got canceled when they were getting good. So
I think there was more to that than just the.
That's not how the award. That's not how awards work, though, Malik.
Well, I know that's not how the awards work.
Oh.
The award, it's about merit. It's about merit. It's about performance quality and performance level.
And it's about the money that they pay on advertising to make sure they get them on the ballot and they get nominated.
May the best performer show win. That is what it's about.
But with the biggest pockets that you could possibly afford.
And Vincent D'Onofrio was the best performer on TV on Marvel's Daredevil. And you all know it and you all saw it. Malik hasn't seen it, but he knows it deep down. Mike knows it.
But
Cynthia said it. Cynthia knows it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was amazing series and so dark.
Yeah. I'm not disagreeing with you. I think you're right. But
it's
you know how it is.
By them, whatever they put the most money, if whoever put the most money will get the most nominations. And that's any award show across the
Now
spectrum.
look at how humble Don Cheadle is. Don Cheadle's on Twitter is like, guys, I don't even know why this happened. Even Don Cheadle is confused why he got this nomination. Even Don Cheadle is upset that he got nominated for this for a scene he probably did on his day off. Come on now. And look, I love Don Cheadle, and I'm glad he's going to continue playing Rhodey and War Machine in the future. But that was it was 1 minute of screen time at most. It was one scene. It was barely even a cameo. It's not even a glorified cameo. It's not a guest starring role. And Falcon and the Winter Soldier is like Carl Lumbly. Carl Lumbly would have been perfect for that nomination, or Amy Okuno as a therapist, if you want to give a guest star a nomination for that series. I'm gonna stop short of saying I'm disgusted, but I'm very disappointed. And to me, this is symbolic of what is wrong with these awards ceremonies.
But also, too, now that he's under Disney has some good pockets that they could actually grease some wheels and just say, hey, you know what? Let's give our boy Don Cheadle over here a award nomination. I'll give you about $5,000, a couple tickets to Disneyland.
I mean, Netflix. I mean, but Daredevil was co-produced by Netflix and ABC.
Well, you know how it is at Netflix. It's like, shoot, we've seen
Netflix got nominated. They got all those. What was it? House of Cards.
Gambit of Dama. I think
they got a lot of award recognition for House of Cards. So there you go.
I'm just saying.
The House of Cards is no longer on air anymore, is it?
I thought this was the last season.
Yeah, I thought it was done.
Yeah, it was over, but it still got it. I mean, when the show was on, it got award recognition. Now let's look at Mandalorian.
Disney.
So let's see. Yeah, Disney again, Cynthia. So Mandalorian got outstanding drama.
Okay.
Outstanding supporting actor Giancarlo Esposito.
Well deserved.
Timothy Oliphant for outstanding guest actor. Carl Weathers. So Carl Weathers for outstanding guest. The two from the same show.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing for Pedro Pascal. What the hell? You do Timothy Oliphant and Carl Weathers.
I'm blaming
Pedro Pascal. Like what? I mean, I know he wasn't in the suit all the time, and there were other like stuntmen wearing the armor and but you know he created the voice, and he was on set. He was on set in season 2 more than season 1.
I should just go like this and just go.
Wait, what's that?
I'm throwing up the card. It's because Pedro Pascal is Latino, and that's why he didn't get in.
Oh wait, I thought this was like a soccer match, and you were a soccer match, and you're holding up the yellow card. Jeffrey, I've had enough of you.
No,
card, Jeffrey. Penalty.
I was saying it for Pedro Pascal not being nominated for the Mandalorian. This is probably like the
Carl Weathers. I mean, what about Carl Weathers?
Well, yeah. I mean, shoot,
he's African American.
Yeah,
he's a legend.
He was the protagonist, no, Pascal.
That's
because
all right, I don't pay, like. Look, you all agree Pedro Pascal should have gotten nominated, right?
Oh,
Cynthia. Cynthia.
Yeah.
Malik.
It's a madness that Pedro Pascal isn't in nominees.
That's why I say
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed.
I think it was that reason that Mike say that it was.
I don't want to think that way,
Latino power.
Like I don't want to think that way, but from what I've seen in the Emmys over the last couple years, I wonder off sometimes. Because Hentified, like Netflix Hentified was a really good show. The first season. and didn't get any nominations at all.
I'm just saying,
Mhm.
he's the lead on that show, and he did great on that show. I don't get it.
Exactly.
I don't get it.
Well, we got our first comment of the day. Hey, Mike. It's from Nicole Bates. Hey, Mike. Had no idea you were doing a watch party. Have you been doing this all season? Yes, we have. Yes, we have, Nicole. It's been ups and downs, but it's been great. So glad you came in here and glad you commented. Enjoy. Hopefully you stay around for some time.
Hello, Nicole.
That's
Thank you
cool.
for joining us, and we're happy to have you.
Exactly. We just talk. We talk a lot of shit. We have a lot of fun until the show starts. Because this is the last time we may be doing a watch party in this type of fashion. Just saying. Because we may have capabilities of doing it in the future in a different way.
But I got snacks ready. I got some 3D Doritos. I got some.
You do? And you don't share? No sharing here?
Well, I mean, if we were together, I would share them. I would gladly.
Well, I had the wheat thins, so I was, and then I.
But yeah, I got some no calorie Celsius. I am gonna have a good night tonight. I'm gonna enjoy this finale to its fullest.
Okay, cool.
Nicole, do not apologize, Miss Bates. No. The important thing is that you're here now, and we are together now, and we are the MUSE TV family.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And it's open space, nobody fighting, everybody having a good time, everybody just talking about what we're going to be seeing. And afterwards, then the fighting may ensue. It may look like Money in the Bank, which is happening this Sunday.
Yeah, we're going to have a free for all. We're going to have a free for all. We're going to fight it out.
Exactly. Some people
the strongest will survive.
It's like Bloodsport.
Well, Mike, do you think there are any big snubs here in the awards?
To be honest, the biggest one is Pedro Pascal for me.
Okay.
And that does bother me a bit because this was a great season, and I think that you don't have to constantly see his face in order to get nominated because he is a part of it in some way.
Mm-hmm.
So
here's something else we can talk about for the panel. Today we had the big.
Big. Let me share it.
This is. It's not big, but it's sort of significant. We had a video of Deadpool and Korg reacting to the Free Guy trailer.
And let's be honest. If it's Deadpool, it is going to be big in some way.
But it's Ryan Reynolds at least voicing Deadpool, and it's Taika Waititi as Korg from the MCU.
Yeah.
So how cool was this? What did you think, Cynthia and Malik?
I think it was like an intro for Deadpool. It was a perfect intro with a X movie like that, and it was like, oh my god, it's finally true. Deadpool in MCU. Oh my god. But for the movie that show us, it's like, okay, it's a good movie. I think I watch it, but no one.
I don't even care about Free Guy. I mean, I'll watch Free Guy, but getting these two together and just yucking it up was very special. Malik, what did you think?
There you go, Malik.
I'm with Cynthia. I'm just kind of happy to see Deadpool because I'm not sure why Disney continues to snub him out of a lot of things, even though I know he's got his own movies and everything, but as far as the phases go, the MCU, I think they snub him because he's too adult-like in instances.
Right.
Because they still are when they throw in a word like shit, it's like, oh, can we let that air? So I don't know. But
I don't think they're snubbing him, Malik. I think they're committed to making a new Deadpool movie.
Well, now, yes, but I'm saying before
he's going to
the
be
rumors were that he was going to get snubbed out of another phase.
What was that, Cynthia?
He's going to be a part of all-star application. It's
Yeah,
not
I think they're going to
for
make a
Disney
new
Plus.
movie.
It's for
Mhm.
yeah.
Malik, I think the problem was, they had the Fox sale, so they had to wait for the Fox sale to finish. And then, like, right after the Fox sale, we had this pandemic freaking grinding the whole world to a halt.
Exactly, and we got a
We had,
comment coming in again from
Whoa,
Nicole
oh,
Bates.
not
I must be the only one on the planet that hasn't seen either of the Deadpool movies. LOL.
Nicole.
First of all, let's put it this way, and going off of
Nicole.
Nicole's, you got to see it first of all, and don't see the second one first. See the first one first because I think the first one was better than the second one. But also, too, this is the first time we've actually seen Disney allow Deadpool to come out of his cage and actually be in something, which is awesome. But what scares me is the fact that since they are thinking of making a movie with Deadpool, how toned down is this gonna? I want to put this to everybody in this panel, and anybody who's on the comments, please chime in. How watered down are they gonna go with Deadpool? Are they gonna keep it the way it is? Or are they gonna calm it down a lot, or
Like
maybe not as much?
calm it down a
simple,
lot.
I think it's low level of adult content.
Jeffrey?
I don't know. I think I'm skeptical about how they're gonna do it. Keep in mind, 20th Century Fox did release a PG-13 cut of the second movie later on, which I saw.
Yeah. And I hope they do
Um,
something like that, but they gotta
and
keep
look,
it the way it
and
is.
look,
I agree
and
with
look.
Nicole.
Before here's something else.
Wait. Episode 6 is live.
It's on?
Okay.
Cool. We
All
will
right,
be
all right.
back.
You cut me off.
Yeah, we'll continue that later. Everybody, episode 6 is on. We're gonna watch it right now. We're gonna turn everything, silence everything, turn off our cameras, and then we'll be back as soon as the episode is over. So we'll see you soon. Oh my God.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
All right, let's just get this out of the way first thing.
I was right.
Technically, no. Technically, it wasn't
I was
Kang.
right.
Technically, it wasn't Kang. It was a variant of Kang, but not the Kang.
But they're all variants of Kang. Everybody's a variant, though.
No, he's he who remains. Kind of like Sylvie is a Loki variant, but she's Sylvie. This is the actor who will play Kang, but that was not actually Kang, and this character is now dead.
But this is a worse. He Who Remains, aka Jonathan Majors, who's
Was a variant of Kang.
I understand that, but He Who Remains is a way more dangerous version of Kang we're gonna see because he already knows everything and he's already conquered everything.
But he's dead, so he's not he's not dangerous anymore. He's dead.
There's a reason why if you hear him say, he says, "I will see you soon."
He's saying his variants will see them. His variants will.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is the one that she killed was by far probably the craziest thing we will ever see in all of any phase of Marvel.
Why is that?
Because he knows all. He's seen it all. He knows all the way until the end of time. And then time reset itself.
How do you know the other ones haven't seen that?
Because he killed them all. He said they already fought in war and he won.
That's impossible. You want to know why? The Ancient Ones said infinite timelines, infinite possibilities. The multiverse is infinite. And now the time branches are out of control. So there could be now that time is branching again, a new timeline could emerge where one could know just as much as this one did. Haha.
We have our first comment since after the show came off, and it's from Nicole.
I agree, Nicole. Nicole is right. Because it's an infinite multiverse.
That's the thing. It's something tells me he knows what the outcome is going to be, but he can't predetermine the outcome. We have more comments coming in now. Rishi Bhakta. I know people hate this type of comic, but I hope in the newer movies Kang has his purple helmet and blue skin to look more comic accurate.
Well, they kind of hinted at that look in the parting shot.
Yep.
Not the helmet in the blue mask or whatever, but the costume. Kind of a more Kang the Conqueror costume.
Yeah.
I like the costume that he was wearing. I loved the attitude, the everything that he presented. I loved it. The wits about him, the kind of like sadistic laughing because I know everything.
It's hard for me to wrap my head around this because it was, I don't know, because like this wasn't Kang.
But why is it not Kang?
Because it's he who remains. That's why.
I'm saying he said he's gone by multiple names, and he's also said he's gone by a conqueror.
Really? Well, he's Malik. He's dead. This character is dead.
We got a comment coming in, so we want to make sure we get the fans to get what they're saying. Nicole Bates wrote, "They've been kept at bay. Now that he is gone, they will come flooding in." It's a good point. What do you guys think?
I agree with Nicole.
Predetermined destiny. That's all I say.
I'm sticking to my version. If this has seen it all and has experienced all of the different variants that he's kept at bay, going off of Nicole's scenario, then I think he was the worst version up until the point to where Like,
But he's got, but Malik, he's dead now, and now the timeline is alive and branching out again.
got that part.
So he's not. So he is not witness. He is no longer witness to anything that's happening from this point forward.
I got that part. I'm saying, but he's already done this. So this has already happened. We're going to complete another cycle again, all over. Because he said, I will see you again. So that means he's already done this before. So I'm saying the end result of whatever it is, of whoever it is, whichever version, is extreme.
I think that's a bit presumptuous, Malik.
I think Malik is right on this one. Whoever, the first one may have been bad. It may have been terrible. What comes next may be even worse. Because it's a restart. It's a restarting of the timeline. It's a restarting of what he's done. Except he already knows.
It's not really a restart. It's just that
he knows all that's happened already. He's already seen the outcome.
Except he doesn't know what's happening except he doesn't, because new stuff is happening now and the timelines are he was keeping the sacred timeline like steady and keeping it from branching out, and now it's branching out. And now Tom Hiddleston 2012 Loki, Battle of New York Loki, is now stuck in another timeline where Jonathan Majors is Kang the Conqueror, or at least a figure very much like Kang the Conqueror, who is worshipped by the TVA.
Yeah. Cynthia, what are your thoughts? And then I'm going to go to comments again.
I want to comment that I think this is an intro for Quantumania and Multiverse of Madness, because since the second episode of Loki, we have that intro of Multiverse of Madness with all of the Miss Minutes said that before the Timekeepers, all of that it was a multiverse madness war. So it was like, yeah, it's going to happen with Loki and all of those things. Doctor Strange and it's a reality, I think.
A couple things, Cynthia. The end of the episode set up season 2 of Loki. So this did confirm a second season of Loki. Quantumania will not be out until February 2023 at the earliest. So there's a very potential likelihood that season 2 of Loki will be out well before Quantumania.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible. It's possible. But let me get to the comments really quick.
Michael, it is not only possible, it is essential.
Okay. Let's get to the comments because people are here. We want to make sure they get heard. Rishi Majors was kind of giving off Eisenberg Lex Luthor vibes. Not saying he'll be that bad, but the performance seemed a little too silly to speak for King.
I agree with Rishi. I wasn't really quite taken and enamored with this performance. But I don't want to say this is our only frame of reference for Kang. This was a version of Kang who had been through the war and was sort of surly and sort of, he's probably been in isolation for a long time in his citadel, and he's probably gone a little Looney Tunes. So I think there was some of that. And I think he wouldn't necessarily play the other variants of Kang the same way, but we'll see. If he plays the Kang the Conqueror this way, I would not be happy with this type of performance as Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah.
Well, I just think that at this point, as him being Kang, he's seen everything, done anything. He's kind of going mad a little bit because he's already been through a lot. So that's what I'm getting. His head isn't exactly all in the right space. What the other Kangs look like, I don't know yet, and we're gonna have to wait and see on that one. But Rishi has
a good version for start to know about Kang, but this is
he was very impish. He was very impish. He was impish. He was like a puck, kind of Midsummer Night's Dream sort of character, sort of like a kind of like a Harlequin. From Commedia. I don't know. I don't know what to make of this performance, but I wasn't really that impressed with it personally.
Well, let me get through the comments really quick, and then we'll discuss more. Agree, but I wouldn't, and this is from Nicole, agree, but I wouldn't say he was the worst, maybe most powerful, since he previously overcame the others, but there are now more malevolent forces.
I agree with Nicole and Rishi. I think they're like on fire tonight. Our viewers in the comments.
Yeah, let me get.
They're like batting 1,000.
Another criticism I had, and this is from Rishi. Another criticism I had was there were way too much dead air moments. And then finally, Nicole's last comment is, I didn't like his performance either, but it was him portraying a man who has gone mad. And I agree with Nicole on that. It's a man who's gone mad, who's seen everything, who's gone literally nuts. And I think his performance fits where he's at this moment.
I can agree with that, Mike. But if he maintains this sort of basis for the other variants when it is time to see the Kang the Conqueror, I would not be okay with this type of performance. So I hope this is.
I don't think it is.
We'll see. It's this is still fresh in my head, and I'm sure we're going to be hearing more and learning more in the coming weeks and months. But I think you are probably right in terms of this is a man who's gone mad, and this is just sort of one iteration and not, this isn't the whole meal of the Kang the Conqueror thing.
I am right.
It was like the last.
I have been right. I'm usually right. Not just kidding.
It was like killing me. I don't care. Like that variant.
You have fun.
Well. In the comics, He Who Remains and Kang are not the same character. They combine them.
But that's the comics. That's the thing. The comics and what have we seen in the MCU?
You're a comic.
Shows are not the same.
You're not the same.
Oh, I know. I'm not the same. I'm not the same I was yesterday, or 5 minutes ago, or an hour ago. How do you know I'm not a variant and that we're living in a multiverse right now?
We could be.
You never know. Malik, what are your thoughts too while I'm catching up on the comments?
Catching up on the comments, I'm
catching up on the comments.
Cool. Okay. Well, to catch up where we left off on the comments, I'm in the complete opposite spectrum. I loved the performance because he was a man that was mad, like paying attention to every little detail. He said he's lived millions of years, so I wouldn't still be this harking conqueror dictator type of person if I've already conquered everything and I've lived in a citadel and it's literally me and a talking clock. And that's all the communication. Me, talking clock, and a girl that runs the head of the TVA who I'm talking through the talking clock through. So it's like, so yeah, I understand that like it may not have fit the idealistic version of what we think Kang may be or who remains, but I thought it fit pretty well. I actually like the dead air because you can see like the dead air lets you know that he was mad, that he was sadistic, that he was this person that we don't know how crazy or how evil he really could have been because this was like a very small portion of him. Now, I don't think that when we actually get Kang officially, he won't be that type of person that makes like dry humored jokes about life. But he also did leave a lot of really interesting points about Sylvie, about Loki, about how the rest of the world goes, like paying attention to every little detail. He kind of foreshadows a large portion of what Phase 4 is going to be like without really giving away a lot of the details. Because he said there's going to be multiple people. So we're just thinking of different Kangs, but we still have Scarlet Witch. So we still have other villains that might show up because we may not get actual Kang until like a Kang on and him actually conquering stuff until years from now. I mean, we won't get him until years from now. So to see a briefing of He Who Remains and then going back and then seeing Kang, I think is pretty interesting.
Before any rebuttal, let me read the comments really quick. The other variants didn't have to control the timeliness for eons, like He Who Remains, which is why I think he went mad. So therefore, the others won't be the same. Continue. It's just like how Sylvie isn't necessarily Lady Loki, who really MCU continually changes it up and combines characters. Sorry, my
What if there's another timeline?
1 second. Nicole's final point. I have to say, of all of the movies in which Loki has appeared, this is my absolute favorite portrayal. I love his more humanized, empathetic version. Wonderful performance from Tom Hiddleston. And I agree with Nicole on that.
I like Nicole. Nicole's on fire.
I have to agree with her. This is the best Loki I've seen, and the most, to me, it combines so much in the way it's written. It makes you think. It makes you wonder. It left you in different directions. And his performance was top notch. Now, if he gets snubbed next year for an Emmy, I'm going to be pissed. Cynthia.
For the side that I know about more that interviews with Tom Hiddleston, he said that we knew the part of Loki that Thor and Odin want to kill Loki, and it's just another like puber teenager Loki that it's in Thor, the Dark World, and all those other movies that Loki appears. But now in this series, like Tom Hiddleston said that Loki is the natural Loki, the Loki that want to we see like a humanized Loki. No other villain, no other Thor and Loki. It's just Loki, and it's the normal Loki. It's natural Loki.
And I agree. I think that's a good point. Let me get Rishi. When did they hint at Kang's comic accurate look? It was when they showed him. He threw that little goop thing on his desk, and it created and it showed what he did through, and he was explaining how he got to that point.
That was not what I was referring to, Rishi. Yeah. I was referring to the statue in the alternate TVA that Loki was thrown in at the end of the episode.
And then
they did reference. There's a statue in this TVA that references comic Kang the Conqueror.
Mm-hmm. Well, I didn't see that part, but
I wanna name me for Tom Hiddleston.
So
sorry, Scarlett. So sorry, Elizabeth Olsen. I want a name for Tom Hiddleston. I just say.
Yeah. And Rishi said easily the best Disney Plus show in my opinion. Rishi, 100% from Nicole.
I guess my problem with Jonathan Majors in this, I just didn't find him intimidating or grandiose or. Well, it just felt like he was trying too hard to be goofy.
For me,
goofy, conversational. Yeah, it didn't work for me.
For me, he didn't need to be. He didn't need to be grandiose anymore. He did it. Why does he need to be grandiose, be that king anymore? Now, what we're gonna see, and I think this is what it's gonna set up, is the fact that what we see with what's coming is gonna tell more than what we're seeing now. We're seeing the end of one point of Kang.
Well,
what the other ones are going to do, who knows?
I don't know what I mean. Why does he need to be this way? He was in this episode. It just didn't work for me.
In his mind, he conquered all. There was nothing else to do.
I don't know. It doesn't work for me.
I have Agent Davis, trash ending.
It was like Infinity War. He did.
Wow. That's a first.
Wow.
For anybody on
here's my one problem with the ending. Mm-hmm. A lot of build up for Ravonna, and she just kind of walks off. I think we needed like a better kind of stinger thing of where Ravonna is going and what she plans on doing.
Okay. I think I can, from what I grasp from this, I think what I can find is this form, okay, so He Who Remains gave her the coordinates and the details of the regular MCU timeline of which 2012 Loki is on, or what he originally came from, version of Kang. So she's going to meet Kang, and that's how they're going to get together and work together, and that's how that relationship is going to form. So I think that's where she left inside the portal, was to go meet that original Kang. And at the end of the episode, I think Loki, the original Loki, returned to his original version of the timeline, just in a new restart version of that time, of said timeline.
Malik, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
If He Who Remains Kang gave those coordinates to Miss Minutes to send Ravonna to work with another Kang, why would he want her to do that?
Why would he want her to do that? Because it's to set up everything.
Set up what?
To set up the entire timeline all over again.
But he doesn't want. But this Kang does not want him. What does not want war? He wants to put a stop to war.
At the
chaos.
So you think Ravonna
He
is
Who
with
Remains
another Kang?
at the end doesn't want war. Kang in the beginning wants war.
Okay, so then why would he send Ravonna to work with a Kang to wage a conquest?
Because he needs Ravonna in every version to conquer, to get to that end point of him becoming from Kang to He Who Remains.
In the
But
comics,
she's never done that. Doesn't make sense.
It's the girlfriend of Kang in the comics.
Okay, what part of it doesn't make sense? I'm trying to.
I think you're trying to say he's in a causal loop. Like he's trying to create his own causal loop. And you're saying she sent her back in time to meet him so he will get to this point we just saw, is what it sounds like you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what's happening.
Let me get through the comments really quick since we're getting backed up. Nicole Bates, Loki said he was terrifying and definitely didn't feel that.
Thank you, Nicole.
Rishi,
I love Nicole. Nicole, can we go out for coffee or something?
Hey, wait, up here. Time out here before we continue with the Loki stuff. Why in the world are you like that here? But with in the shows in the past that we were jumping on Nerd Report, that never happened.
Why are you being mean to me, Mike?
I'm not being mean. I'm just like, dude.
Why is everyone's ganging up on me tonight? I feel attacked.
I'm like, dude, this is the Jeffrey we should have seen like about a year ago when we started doing all these live things. But that's just me. So let's continue. Rishi, he still looked the same to me, but I'm sure they will update his look. Otherwise, it would be a little bit disappointing.
You got to look at the statue at the end of the episode, Rishi.
Nicole writes, I felt like he was trying to be Denzel. Long pauses when talking, big changes in inflection and intensity. Trying too hard?
Yeah, I totally got that.
Rishi, 2 things left unanswered. What was Sylvie's Nexus event? Where did Ravonna go? And what did she do to cause the breaking of the timeline? That was Rishi. Nicole writes, Ramona said she was in search of free will.
Right.
Ravonna, not Ramona. Sorry. I even messed up.
Well, Ravonna also said that He Who Remains was in charge of free will and is the only one who gets free will, implying she was in search of either He Who Remains or a Kang variant.
Mm-hmm. So who remains?
Well, right now, it's Sylvie remains right now.
What happens when she finds out that Sylvie is who remains?
Well, we don't know. That's the point.
Out there.
We don't know if Sylvie. We don't know if Ravonna is going to where Sylvie is or somewhere else entirely. As for where Loki is, I feel like Loki was not dropped where he was originally. He was dropped in another branching timeline where I guess the TVA is aware of all these crazy branches, but he never had the experiences he did with this B-15 or Mobius.
Yeah. Oh.
It was
Oh,
like a
new-
reset of time. You say that.
Not a reset. It's not a reset. It's a branch. It's a new branch. It's a new branch because all those new crazy branches were popping up at the end.
Yep.
We have a new comment from Akbar's Mike. Yo, you guys catch the dog Easter egg? I don't think I did, Akbar's. Do you have any more details on that? Cynthia, Malik, anything with the dog?
Malik, dogs?
With an actual dog, or is it like a reference?
Yeah, Akbar's. If you have more info on that, please share that with us.
There's a Doge dog in there, please.
Tarishi's earlier question. I don't think we ever found out what Sylvie's Nexus event was, but I as I recall, I think she theorized that because she was a female version of Loki, that it would just cause too much chaos, so they wanted to kind of like nip it in the bud. So I guess her Nexus event, I think she believes her Nexus event was the idea that, you know, she was just a new female variant of Loki, and that's just like too unpredictable. But I don't know for certain.
Yeah,
well,
because
wasn't she just playing with her toys when they came and got her?
Right. But the Nexus event was her existence as a female, like a female variant, like, oh no, a female variant Loki, we can't have this. It's too chaotic. That kind of thing.
What are you trying to say? Or what is the MCU trying to say?
I don't know.
I don't know. Let's get to comments. Rishi? I saw the statue, and this is for Jeffrey. I saw the statue at the end, but that just looked like his regular hair and not his helmet. Heck, I didn't see the two lines on his face.
Look at it. Yeah, it didn't have the traditional helmet, but the costume for that statue was the classic Marvel Comics Kang costume.
Yep. And then Nicole Bates. So the timeline was reset, and only he has his original memories. Wouldn't the TVA be immune from something like that? The TVA is not part of any one timeline and has access to all timelines.
Yeah, Nicole, I'm saying what happened to Loki, because of the fact that they killed He Who Remains, and he was sort of controlling everything and causing all these extra timelines to be pruned. Now that the timelines are flowing freely now, and somehow Loki was dropped in another universe, in another multiversal plane, where this TVA does not know him or understand. Because remember, the TVA was not at like the end of the threshold. The void is at the end of time, where the Citadel was at the end of time, not the TVA.
Malik, and then we'll get to the MLB All-Star MVP in the comments. So
Guerrero.
Go.
Okay.
Take it.
Yes, but I'm gonna play devil's advocate here tonight, like I've already have been. The TVA isn't anything without He Who Remains, right? So therefore, the TVA is like any other business flowing within time. Because without He Who Remains, who's controlling it all, no matter what version of the TVA it is, if you don't have somebody controlling it all, then isn't it just like another business floating through time?
No, because in at the end we see Loki is in a version of the TVA that, if it's not controlled by Kang the Conqueror, they worship a being or a variant who appears to be very much like Kang the Conqueror.
I have a thought.
That's what I think we're saying the same thing in different versions, but okay.
Cynthia?
Yeah, and the beginning of the season, it was the three guardians in the status because they are control of TVA. But now it's Kang, so it's another variant of Kang that it's in control of TVA or what? It was like
Let me
I
get
want
to
to
the
hear from
comments.
get to Vladdy, my daddy.
Yeah. Congratulations on winning the MLB All-Star MVP. But the events of WandaVision are after the events of Loki, and I just don't know what to think about that.
Is that true?
I don't know. I really
I don't know if that's confirmed, Vladdy, but you might be right.
Yeah. Okay,
I'm
Nicole.
thinking.
But an alligator, and this is to Jeffrey, but an alligator Loki isn't too chaotic. I didn't feel like they were implying it was because she was a
Well, no, Nicole, keep in mind the alligator Loki was in the void, so that means they pruned alligator Loki. Kid Loki, alligator Loki, classic Loki were all pruned and sent to the void. That's why they were there. They were pruned by the TVA. And that's where Sylvie would have been sent to if she was pruned. I'm not saying it was because they thought it was solely because she was a woman. We didn't get all the answers with Sylvie, I don't think.
Yeah.
They say that alligator Loki eats the wrong cat. That was the Nexus alligator Loki event.
Yeah.
So,
but the TVA doesn't have multiple versions, though, right? Well, I think this is my theory that there are multiple versions of the TVA as the end of the episode. I think that's what it's implying, but I could be wrong. I submit to the fact I could be wrong. I was wrong that I was kind of wrong about Kang. So,
yes, you were. And who was right again?
I'm going to give you will you feel right when I give you an F5? I'll give you an F5 onto your microphone. Then we'll see who feels right. I'll put you in the camel clutch. I'm going to put you in the camel clutch.
Okay. Try it.
Put you in the sleeper. I'm going to put you in a sleeper hold.
Oh, that would be great because I haven't really slept good in a couple days. Nicole Bates, but the TVA doesn't have a multiple version though, right?
I think they do. I think they do.
Yeah, and I think you answered that. Rishi Shohei Ohtani is better than Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Oh, that's a baseball reference.
Yeah, that's a baseball reference. I like Shohei Ohtani.
Compare the two. They play different positions. I mean, you can compare Shohei to Babe Ruth. I think Shohei is going to be better than Babe Ruth ever was. May not be his records, but you can't really compare the two people because they play differently. But
yeah, and that's where my
I think Zach Greinke and Justin Verlander are better than them both.
Justin Verlander as a pitcher? Maybe in 2017.
Continue. Yeah, that's a valid point.
And Jose Altuve.
Mm-hmm. There could be a multiple TVAs. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Laughing emoji and tears. And that was from our comments. And then Nicole, if there were multiple TVAs all trying to control all the timelines, there would be multiple contradictions. I feel like there has to be only one TVA.
Well, look at what was happening toward the end of the episode with he who remains getting killed. All those timelines were branching out of control, so that could have created. Keep in mind, the void was at the end of time, so what's passing as like seconds and minutes could be multiple lifetimes and millions of years and thousands of years of progression in these branching timelines. Everyone's thinking of things too simply. You're thinking of things as sort of a linear progression of seconds, minutes, hours. I don't think that's what was happening at the end. We were seeing total new realms and universes of possibilities grow out of this one sort of sacred timeline. Now it's like a forest, it's like a wild forest growing untamed. Like a wild untamed forest. You see, Cynthia agrees. Cynthia understands what I'm talking about. Cynthia is right on the money with me. Thank you, Cynthia.
Well, okay, if there's multiple TVAs, then how come in the original TVA there were the timekeepers, which were created by He Who Remains, and then in the new version, they just so happen to worship He Who Remains yet again? Like, why do they go back to the same?
No, because no. Because in this version, they're worshiping Kang the Conqueror, not He Who Remains.
Person. It's the
they
same
weren't.
person.
They weren't worshiping the Kang variant statues were not in the TVA in previous episodes. They worshiped the timekeepers, and they had timekeeper statues. And here's what you need to understand, Malik: infinite timelines means infinite possibilities.
I got
that. Means everything that can happen. Any and everything that can happen will happen. Anything, any X factor, any cats and dogs living together. Donald Trump is president. We are living in the variant. We are living in the variant. We had Donald Trump as president. Come on now. Crazy possibilities.
Marvel does things on purpose. So I think there's only one TVA, and he created the time variance. This time he didn't get a chance to create the time variance because the TVA already existed, but before they didn't exist when he was restructuring time. So now they worship him instead of the time variance. That's just my theory. I can be completely wrong. I don't know.
Do you think there's just one TVA, even though we know all the people who worked at the TVA are human and were human variants themselves?
In this version, yes. And for what they showed us, yes.
And here's Nicole. Kang moves in after He Who Remains dies. Then Kang conquers the TVA and timeliness.
I think this was a different TVA and a different universe and a different timeline.
Oh, timeline. Freaking autocorrect. Yeah, I agree with you, Nicole.
No, we understood what you were saying, Nicole. Don't worry about it.
But
Nicole, you are perfect. Do not worry about a little typo here and there. You are fine just the way you are.
I'm telling you, Jeffrey's all over Nicole today.
Did I do something wrong?
No, you didn't do nothing
wrong.
Why
I'm just being nice. I'm being nice. I love our commenters and I love our viewers, and I am expressing my affection for them for being such good viewers and enjoying it and commenting and chatting with us. I'm expressing my affection for them, and you are trampling all over me, sir. I do not appreciate that.
What are we on, Wally George? I mean, quick. First of all, I'm commenting that we get the better Jeffrey than Jeffrey who has been on Nerd Report or anyplace else. I'm happy we get the better Jeffrey.
So you're insulting me, and you're saying before I was the worst Jeffrey.
No, Jeffrey was on a separate timeline in a separate multiverse, and we got the better multiverse Jeffrey.
Maybe I got rid of the Jeffrey Who Remains, and I'm Jeffrey the Conqueror.
Maybe, who knows? But let's get to Nicole's comment. So then, He Who Remains controls multiple TVAs in the multiple timelines?
No, I think what he was doing is he was trying to keep them from branching out and keep them like singular, and now they're wild and untamed again.
And let's get into this timeline and timeliness. Jeffrey, no worries. You're right. I am perfect. Laugh out loud.
So, you're good, Nicole. You're good, you.
Hey, my last comment on the TVAs. Wouldn't the TVAs kind of have to like fight each other and be battling each other if there was multiple? If there is multiple currently, to try to fix the timelines into like, because everybody would want their timeline to be
perfect. That's what we're going to find out in season 2.
Multiverse of
Because
Madness.
keep in mind, everything they were doing up until this point, Malik, they were trying to clip the branches. They were clipping the branches out and pruning everything. And now we have this wild, untamed timeline branch thing happening, where it could be causing mass disruption with multiple TVAs. Where, hey, we could see a multiversal TVA war. Who knows?
And here's the thing, and this is what I'm thinking. What if they've already shot season 2 and it's going to be out before Multiverse of Madness? Because we don't know anything if they've shot it. If they haven't shot it, is it going to be like, we haven't heard anything? So what if when they shot
Well, we know there's going to be a season 2, and we know it's coming soon, but we don't know when. Yeah. But considering we're going to see Miss Marvel before the end of the year, and we're going to see Hawkeye. The turnaround for one 6-episode season is not as big as a Marvel movie. So I think we could see it next year.
Yeah, because we got Spider-Man, which deals with the multiverse already. We've heard.
I only know
Doctor
that
Strange deals with the multiverse.
This series, it's
What If?
Sorry.
Cynthia?
Beginning to film in 2019 and finish in the pandemic. So Tom Hiddleston said that in his birthday he was Loki, but the filming was ended in December. So I don't know if it's filming Multiverse of Madness or a new season. So I don't know.
See. They could have shot this all in one time and got it all done, put it in the can, finish the editing of the first season, and then go into it. And they're working on it right now and finishing the editing on the second season. It could literally happen like that. Because
have you heard something, Mike?
I have not heard anything. I'm just saying that that's the way. If I was shooting it for something that we may be doing soon, I would be like, I would want to save the money because it's cheaper to shoot it all at once than it would be to stop and then to come back and have to pay more money.
The actors need a break.
Yeah, well, yeah, you take a break, but like a month, 2 months break, and then you come back in because you're gonna have to reconstruct some sets.
Well, look. They turned around from Mandalorian season 2, and then turned right around to Book of Boba Fett, and that'll be out in December. So it's still, even if they take a break, they're still going to need time to at least do post-production and editing. It's going to take a while.
Yeah, post-production is what's going to take the longest time. Set production, the way they're doing it now with the Book of Boba, and I don't know how they're doing it with the Marvel series, it's a little different because of the way.
I do want to say one thing about the set, the Citadel. I loved how the Citadel looked because so much of it was clearly done in camera, and they clearly built a lot of that Citadel, and that made it look a lot better.
You could tell. Let me get to Nicole. I am surprised to see they released a Disney Plus show that could literally change everything in the MCU. I'm glad it was a show so we could get more time. I'm glad it was a show so we got more time. I'm having trouble reading today. I'm glad it was a show so we got more time. But this should have been a blockbuster
today, Junior.
Changes. No. It was only 6 episodes. Death would not be difficult to do 2 seasons at once. Discovery of Witches did the same thing.
Tom is filming
I agree
right
with
now,
Nicole.
so
One thing
another series for Apple TV, so
yeah,
it's not for season 2.
Yeah,
exactly. I want to know what the broken statue was in the Citadel when you first walk in. Because you see the 3 timekeepers that he created, and then you see another one that's, and I didn't get a chance to like pause and like really take a look at it, but you can kind of see the head. It kind of looks like him, like a statue of himself, but broken. I can't confirm that or deny that.
Maybe it was a mortis.
Maybe it was who?
A mortis.
But I mean, that could, if it was a statue of him, that could be why he was acting the way that he was acting, like a foreshadowing type of thing of like he's gone mad, he's gone crazy, so the statue broke.
Something else. His costume was basically Immortus's costume. Other than that, he just didn't wear the crown, but it was basically similar to the Immortus costume. I'll send Mike a photo.
See, here's a thought out of right field, like way out of right field, right by the bullpen. What if he already predetermined that he was going to be killed and destroy the statue? Far out, but still.
Well, he did somewhat.
Yeah.
He did kind of know this was going to get to this point. I can't wait to rewatch so much I'm sure I missed in the first pass. I think Nicole is right, and now that we know so much, now that we know what we know now, go back and watch the first 5 episodes and see what else we learn.
Yeah, the same costume,
except for the collar and like the headpiece.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a
first 5.
So that's Immortus, and that's basically, I guess Immortus is sort of like Kang in the far future. It's kind of like another, I guess you could call him like a variant of Kang.
Mm.
The future, he is the future Kang.
Well, it possibly could be. Okay, I got
all
another
is
comment.
possible
Sorry.
with.
But I will say, if we never see Jonathan Majors wearing like the blue mask and helmet, I will be disappointed.
Oh, you know what? He mentioned that basically he would get killed and then reincarnated and fight the wars and take over the timeline again. Shoot, I bet he is Kang the Conqueror.
His other versions are going to do that.
Thank you, Nicole. I've been saying that.
But it's a multiverse, infinite timelines, infinite possibilities. Anything that can happen will happen.
What reference is that from? Just saying.
What is it
Rob
from?
Callie?
Tell me.
Shoot, I'm reading comments here. I'm being the moderator. I'm supposed to dish out the stuff, keep everybody moving.
Okay.
Comments calling it as season 2 will have Loki round up the variant Lokis to fight a Kang variant who isn't Majors, but a big named actress.
What?
That's Rob Cal.
So maybe get different actors to play different Kang variants. I don't know.
Well, why would we do that?
Well, they did get different actors to play different Loki variants, so I don't know.
And talking about that, Richard E. Grant, we posted an interview that he did about his portrayal of Loki, classic Loki. Watch that afterwards if you like. Comment from Rishi: considering this show has a lot of Rick and Morty writers, I need an episode in season 2 that focuses on the Citadel of Kangs.
I think you mean the Council of Kangs, Rishi.
No, we don't.
I want to see I want the Council of Kangs.
So Spider-Verse is confirmed with that.
I love Rick and Morty, but like some of those episodes, like they're just fillers. It's just writers just throwing stuff against the wall, seeing what works. Let's put that in. Let's put that in, and then they make it all tie in at the end. I don't want.
Here's another photo for you. Here's another photo. This is what Rishi was talking about.
Yeah, and Cynthia, say what you're saying.
With all of that of the multiverse, is the Spider-Verse confirmed?
Well, I think the Spider-Verse on it comes out since the multiverse. I know that's confirmed because I heard from a bunch of different close sources who are on the project.
Oh my God.
So this was an event. This is the Council of Kangs and Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, and I sent you a comic book version. So I guess that's kind of like in Rick and Morty when you had the Council of Ricks and all that. That's kind of where that's probably where the writers of Rick and Morty kind of got it from.
And go back. Hey, there's a good comment there. Well, here's a thought. What if what's her name? Let me go back to that to make sure I get it correct
What do
again.
you
I don't
think
butcher
about
it.
the series What If?
Oh. What if Ravonna is part of the Council of King?
Is the girlfriend of Ken in the comics, so maybe.
I wouldn't doubt it.
So
this is another version of the Council of Kings. I want the Council of Kings.
One thing I do want to know about Ravonna, since He Who Remains handpicked every single person, what was so special about her to make her the
He's in love with her.
the point? But how would he know that when he knows everything from start to finish? Like, I don't think he's.
You don't know you're in love with someone, Malik?
But I'm saying I don't think he's picking her because of love. I think he's picking her because there's something specific about her that caught his attention. Besides the fact that he found her attractive.
She is the love that will surpass all of time.
Gosh,
That will surpass universes and the multiverse. A love across existence itself, Malik.
oh man, I
The
wish I would've had
fabric
my phone hooked
against
up
the
to phone.
fabric of reality.
oh my goodness.
I wish I had my phone.
Are you not a romantic, Malik?
I
It's
really
the
wish I had my
language,
phone
it's-
hooked up to the soundboard.
Malik,
I mean,
what is lost but love everlasting?
love got Loki thrown back into
Aw,
regular
it
existence.
was so betrayed. Oh my god, I cried.
What is
So-
grief? What is grief if not love persevering?
Here comes
Hazy
the
boy.
comment.
Hazy boy, do we think we will see the Fantastic Four introduced from another timeline into our MCU? No, we need to see the Fantastic Four introduced in our MCU, and that's the only MCU Fantastic Four we need. Huzzah!
I kind of agree with that. Cynthia?
The castle was the Ken castle in the comics, or was the Doctor Doom castle? Because it was the same castle of Doctor Doom. So
It was not, Cynthia. This was it was the Citadel of Time, and that was what it was in the comics. The Citadel is where He Who Remains lives in the comics as well. That's what it was.
Yeah.
It was not Doctor Doom's castle.
Let me get to this comment and then we go to Malik. So if the main timeline gets blown to hell, we now have Loki back. What does that mean for Tony and Natasha? All bets are off now, right? Anyone and everyone could seemingly come back.
Well,
I
Robert
agree with
Downey
Nicole.
Jr. already said that he wasn't doing anymore.
Well, he's been in talks.
Okay,
There's
so
talks, but
let me
as of right
just-
now there's not. So
look.
Robert,
Sylvie is a Loki variant. Richard E. Grant is a Loki variant. Kid Loki is a Loki variant. Boastful Loki is a Loki variant, all played by different actors. So, if at some point you could come up with any crazy explanation you want, if you wanted to reintroduce Steve Rogers, Tony Stark, Natasha, whatever, and maybe they're played by different actors. Who knows? They're
Yeah.
variants, whatever.
or to tie this all back up for you, in the very beginning of our 2-hour podcast, Tony will now be played by Don Cheadle.
I mean,
War Machine. And then he's deserving of an Academy Award. There you go.
after the Emmys.
Could happen.
Wait,
Emmys.
Rishi says the fans all thought Miss Minutes was merry and bright, but now we'll be seeing her in our nightmares tonight. Rishi, you were a poet, and I didn't know it.
It was like,
Yeah.
Man, our viewers and our commenters, Mike, are the absolute best. You guys, thanks
Wow.
for hanging in there with us tonight and
Exactly.
giving us great, insightful, thought out comment. I think we have the best listeners and commenters on YouTube, Mike.
It took 3 watch parties to get to where we're at, and we're happy to have all these people commenting. They are great commenters, Jeffrey. I agree 100%. Like I think we have probably some of the best comments out of any show right now. And that's why
Like
I
with
said,
these commenters, we could break Conor McGregor's leg again and send him crying home to the hospital
ooh,
inside the octagon.
that
I'm
looked
glad I
bad.
didn't watch it.
That
It was
you
the
haven't seen it?
exact same fight all over again. I'm glad I didn't pay to see it again.
Oh,
Look,
yeah.
look at Nicole. Look at how amazing she is. Very happy to have found you. Nicole, you are a treasure. You are a national treasure. Don't
And
ever
please
change.
subscribe so you don't miss any, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss anything that we're doing because we need your support.
Nicole is just a general ray of sunshine in
I
this
agree.
chat.
I'm not going to say anything against that. I agree.
Yeah, you're gonna say I was the worst before, but now I'm good.
Oh no, I wasn't. I never said. I said you were the worst when you were in Nerd Report and everybody else. You're the best Jeffrey here with
Okay.
us. MUSE TV.
I'm the conqueror, Jeffrey. The Jeffrey before was the Jeffrey who remains.
Jeffrey variants from friggin' every other place that you were at.
In one watch party.
I did
Yeah,
have a Celsius, so
exactly.
I am. I think what happened is I'm hopped up on caffeine right now.
I do
Was it
want
Jolt?
to rewatch episode 4 through 6 all over again. 1 through 3, I think I can deal without because I mean it's kind of almost like dead air leading up to 4. But 4 through 6, I think I can give a thorough comb through again. I think there's a lot I'm missing through those.
I did think Tom Hiddleston was fantastic this season. I would want him to get a nomination. I would want Sophia Di Martino. Did I say that right?
I think you did.
Yeah.
I would want her to get a nomination at the very least. And Owen Wilson for best. Yeah, Sophia Di Martino and Owen Wilson for best supporting.
Nicole has her. I've been subscribed since WandaVision. I forgot to hit that stupid bell though. I'll rectify that for sure. I appreciate the intelligent diagnosis and breakdowns you provide. Thank you so much, Nicole. And it sucks that you have to hit that bell notification just to know when something's going on nowadays because of that algorithm that Google has been working with. And I'm sorry you have to do that now. It's out of our control. But hey, hit that bell notification. I'm actually, just to let everybody who's in here now know, in the future, we're going to be doing something special for everybody who comes in, who subscribes, and a bell notification because we have some things coming up for the end of this year and next year. So stay tuned. If just saying, I can't reveal it yet, but we're working on some stuff.
But I think it is cool now that we are seeing Marvel shows that will have ramification on the films in terms of the TV. Because like beforehand, like there were some good shows, but like it never affected the movies at all. And the movies never acknowledged their existence. And I feel the tide has kind of turned now because now we had a scene in Black Widow that will tie into the Hawkeye show. And now we have possibly elements here that will lead into Quantumania, possibly
Spider-Man.
Doctor Strange and future Avengers movies as well. Yeah, and Spider-Man. We'll see though.
I think they're gonna stick to this how they did this particular season and kind of flush out more ideas and more like mystery through the shows and somehow tie it in, and then the movies are gonna be like the big, like not necessarily reveals, but like the big thing to keep it all flowing. I think
we know Miss Marvel. She'll have her own show, and she is going. I think she'll be in the Captain Marvel sequel, and she will be in. She'll probably be whenever they make the next Avengers film. She'll probably be in that too.
Nicole writes, "Are you guys going out to Vegas in August too?" I will be there. Jeffrey got hey, I wouldn't put it out there yet because you may still
I
find
didn't
a
say
way
anything.
Yeah, I'm just saying you may find a way to get in. I'm gonna be there. CinemaCon is probably one of the best things that I've ever been to and one of the best conventions I've ever attended, and I've been to a lot, especially CES. CES, I get tired and then I get sick afterwards because it's like you're just waiting to get the flu. This one is so much fun. I'm definitely going to be there in August. We're going to be shooting something for the week that's going to be released the week after, but not on YouTube. It's going to be on something else. I wish I could already say it, but we got another 2 weeks before we actually finalize some things, and then we could say it. But I will definitely be there in Vegas, and yeah, definitely. If I'll be around, we'll probably do something. I know me and Lewis have been talking about doing a meetup with everybody. I don't know where that's at yet, but if not, you can always meet me at the lounge at Caesar's Palace, right by where the Omni is, and yeah, I'll be there. So we'll continue with this with the chat while we're going off track.
I want to go to Joe's Stone Crab.
Oh, so do I. I love that place so much, and I haven't been there in like 2 years, so I need some good stone crab. And with that, let's continue. So, what do we give the episode? What do we give this episode? Well, okay, wait. We got
the season. The season I will give a 9 out of 10. This episode was like. The season as a finale, it was an 8 out of 10 for me.
Malik?
Yeah. I'd give them both 9s, the season and the episode. I love the episode. I love the performances. I know I'm in the latter half of the entire comment section and the panels and the panel currently, but
Cynthia?
I think she's frozen.
What would you give the show, Cynthia?
Rank the season, Cynthia.
1 to 10.
I think Cynthia is frozen.
Okay.
I think she froze.
When we get her back, we will but we're gonna have to okay.
Cynthia, can you hear us?
She's breaking up, unfortunately. Cynthia, we'll be right back to you.
Cynthia, what I would recommend is closing out your browser, then refreshing your browser and try to use the link. Save the link. Okay.
Like, hi. Are you listening?
Yeah, I can hear you. Now she's out.
And we lost.
Okay. Now we get to the comments. Sweet. Maybe I'll see you there then. Just going for the atmosphere. Met Lewis here at Monster Party. Had a blast. Well, let's just put it this way. If you had a blast there, wait till I get to Vegas.
Wow.
Because there's a
Mike is gonna paint the town red. He's gonna paint it red.
Yes, because I wasted my 46th birthday, well, 45th, on a year of freaking being at home. I'm celebrating this year. I'm gonna have some fun, and we're gonna do this right. So just wait up. I tried getting, let's just put it this way. Lewis isn't always a club person, but I'm trying to get him into it, trying to get him into that idea, maybe getting together, having a good time with some music, with the DJ, etc. We could all have fun. We could all have a good time. So hopefully it works out because I mean, shoot, if we're in Vegas, we got to do things right and we got to have fun and we got to get some good drinks. And Nicole puts 9 out of 10 for both.
Hey, Cynthia, we want to hear your ratings for the season and the finale.
Oh, we lost her again. So,
okay.
Yeah, going to Vegas again. Stay tuned. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully, I'll probably see you there. Hopefully, you'll be able to come through and be a part of that because it's going to be one of those weird times. So, but hey, you know what?
And other commenters, thanks for joining with us and sticking with us. You guys are great. And I hope you keep tuning in to MUSE TV and just supporting Mike here and just having fun with us and enjoying the things we all like and enjoying them together and welcoming each other, having fun together, and just having a good time because that's what we should be doing right now. shared
Exactly.
experiences, and you know,
Exactly.
we all come from different walks of life, but we're all having a good time with each other, and we're all having fun, and that's what this is all about. It doesn't, you know, it does. We all appreciate and like one another.
Yes, I agree. Uh, got to go to bed. When's your next show? Do you do weekly stuff? We're gonna be starting to do weekly stuff. Our next show is actually a wrestling show. We started a podcast slash video show called This Week in Pro Wrestling. So if you're interested in this in professional wrestling, come by. Believe this week's show is gonna be on Thursday. We're gonna move it back to Thursday when we normally had it scheduled before. So this Thursday we go on at 5 o'clock, and we talk about all things pro wrestling, and we really get some fun. We're in talks with bringing on some pro wrestlers onto the show as well. So, and we'll talk about anything with everybody, as long as it deals with pro wrestling, and even if it's music or anything. So drop by. We do a fun show every week and on Thursdays, and then we'll be doing some stuff next week, because next week the Olympics start, and something I got to talk to Malik about because I don't think he knows that yet, about that. But good night, Nicole. Thank you so much for being a part of this show. Really appreciate it. And we look forward to seeing you on the next shows and seeing you in Vegas in August. Okay. Now we got Cynthia back and everything's working.
Cynthia,
Sorry.
What is your rating on the show?
yeah,
Yeah, the final was 8.5, but the show is 10.
good. Yeah, okay, I got it.
Okay.
I think that's a fair rating for the finale.
Yeah. Nice to have chatted with all of you. I'll definitely keep an eye out for new content. Yes, please do, because we're gonna do a lot of crazy stuff in the next couple months as we're leading up to this new project. So stay tuned. When it comes to the show, when it comes to the series, I give it a 9 out of 10. I love this series. This was the best series out of all the Marvel shows so far. I love the writing. I love the direction. I just love the way
Kevin Feige, you better hit Moon Knight out of the park. If Moon Knight is not 10 out of 10, you are never gonna. If you think I'm crazy now, you are never gonna hear the end of it from me. I'm gonna be like a weed that will be screaming from the rooftops about Moon Knight if it is not up to my lofty standards.
And I have to agree with you on that because I'm a big fan of Oscar Isaac. I think he's a great actor. I've seen him do some great roles, and if he kicks it out of the park with Moon Knight, I am going to be so happy with that show. And I don't even know when that show is going to come out.
And he better have a costume. He better have a costume. He better have a cape, and he better have a mask. Cool. And if he only wears it for like 30 seconds, I'm going to be even more ticked off.
Cynthia, what were you gonna say?
It's an amazing actor, and I think it's the perfect cast. So this actor, I think, is in the X-Men Apocalypse. Oscar Isaac. Yeah.
Well, no one was really that good. No one was really good in that movie.
They were given a bad script, but I don't blame it on the actors on that one.
I blame Simon Kinberg.
Yeah, so do I.
But I love it in Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
Was he in Sucker Punch?
I believe he was. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Well,
I like him in Ex Machina.
Yeah, that was a good role. That was a really good role. I like that. I really liked him in that one as well. But we're getting to 2 hours and almost 15 minutes. It's 1:40, going to be 1:45 in the morning here in the West Coast. So I think it's time we need to end this, close it down, because I have a business meeting tomorrow. Malik's working, Cynthia's working, Jeffrey's working. I probably, and we need to close this down. Yeah, because we're
probably
all
doing something.
Exactly. We're all busy. we're all busy all the time. Something pops up. So definitely let's go around the horn. Let's get everybody's handles where they could find you. I'm gonna start this time with Malik. Start it off.
You can find me on Malik on. I'm not even gonna try to point anymore. Malik on Ox on Twitter, Instagram. It's Malik Patterson on Facebook, LinkedIn. I think that's it because I don't have a TikTok. I still refuse to download TikTok, but that's where you can find me. You can also find me on MUSE TV. We're pumping out a lot of stuff. We have a lot of great stuff in the works that's coming. I'm like Mike. I can't say it, but just know that.
Yeah, because you better not.
But
I will literally drive to your house and make sure you don't say it.
But it's great stuff that's in the works.
J to the E to the double F -ree.
Once again, you can find me on Twitter at Wheeljack83. My podcast, the 411 Wrestling Interviews podcast, is on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, and Google Play. My latest interview is with EC3. Just wrestled at Ring of Honor, best in the world. And I have another one in the works, but I don't want to say who it is yet because I don't want to jinx it. But I'm hopefully got a big superstar coming up later this month. So fingers crossed. And also you can check out my review of Loki and Black Widow on 411mania.com or 411mania.com/movies. Check both those out, please.
And Cynthia, you could second to last. You go. Where could they find you, Cynthia?
And Instagram, Cynthia 190497. Yeah, in Instagram, Cynthia again 7.
Okay, it looks like we got the full for the first time. We kind of had some audio issues afterwards, but we got you. But hey, I'm here on Muse TV. You can find me under Muse Sandoval, Muse Mike on Instagram. If you want to follow my personal portfolio, with even though there's really not much that goes on to the personal one, follow Muse TV. That's where a lot of this stuff is at. That's where you'll see everything. Want to thank everybody who's been here, everybody who commented. This is our finale for Loki, and we have other stuff coming up. But I want to thank everybody who's been over here for over the last 6 weeks, who's stayed tirelessly. This has been our longest show, and I just want to thank everybody for being here and being a part of this. You're part of the Muse family. We couldn't do what we do without you guys being a part of it, being interactive. There's no way we could have been where we're at and see us grow. So thank you so much to everybody out there. Thank you to everybody who came on the panel. Thank you to Tascam, because Tascam provides our soundboard for a lot of the shows and a lot of the things that we do. So thank you to Tascam, and stay tuned. In the next couple of weeks, we're going to make an announcement of what is going to be happening. We'll let you in with a lot of the things we've been keeping secret. It sucks to keep things secret. Trust me. I wish we could tell everybody already, because this is something that after one, I guess we can let one out of the bag. So January 1st, 2022 is our 10-year anniversary, and we're going to start the celebration early because why not party for a year and a half? So December 16th, we are going to start launching for our 10-year anniversary. We're going to have some specials. We're going to have some amazing things happen throughout the year. So that's the first trick, but there's still more. There's still a lot more we're working on. So stay tuned to Muse TV. And I better let go and head out before I give everything out, throw everything out there. And I have to punish myself. So everybody, thank you so much once again for being a part of this. We'll be back for What If when that starts. Same bad time, same bad channel. And you could be able to see us there, even though that's DC, but still. Oh, we may actually do that for DC, though. We may do that for Titans season 3, because after I saw Titans 1 and 2, man, that's a good series. So we may be doing it for Titans season 3. Just need to figure out the logistics of everything and how that's going to work. But thank you so much. We'll see you next time here on Muse TV. We are out, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Well, actually, next week we have some stuff. See you next time. Bye.